Treyarch at the helm of Zombies development for Call of Duty Vanguard, I think it's safe to say we are in store for an interesting year of content in 2022. A Modern Warfare 2019 engine with Sledgehammer Games campaign multiplayer and Treyarch developing Zombies, it sounds almost too good to be true. In a recent video, I had discussed why it would be a bad idea for Treyarch to lead development on Vanguard Zombies, and in this video, I wanted to explore the other side of that, and I wanted to talk more about why exactly this combination of factors is going to be great for Zombies and how Zombies Chronicles 2 could actually be released in the near future. But before we get into all of that,
yo
if you
guys,
could like...
what's going on? It's Mr. Dalek JD. I just want to let everybody know that I'm a huge Skeptics fan, and I really would like you guys to subscribe to his channel. Yo, what's going on, guys? Mr. Dalek JD.
Thanks, Dalek, I guess. All right, let's just get into the video. I don't know. Treyarch clearly has the experience to handle the development of Zombies. I mean, they've been doing it for 10 plus years. They have countless amazing maps, modes, wonder weapons, all that stuff. I don't have to tell you, you guys know the story. And this is something that fans have actually been asking for a while, having Treyarch's sole development focus be on Zombies. Well, here it is, and while the rest of their team is saddling up for the next Treyarch main release, for now, the Zombies team will be able to have more of a focus and more resources, ensuring players the ultimate experience. While there are rumors that Activision may be pushing for a Zombies-only game, according to Tom Henderson, I think there are a few things we have to wait out until that happens for sure. Those things being the lawsuit, Jason Blundell's new studio, Deviation Games, and Vanguard's season of Zombies, just to see if Treyarch can handle the load of just being only a one-mode studio. Maybe they'll be a one-mode studio and put out a full title every now and then. I mean, we really don't know what is in store for the future of Call of Duty. But before we get into the rumor mill about Zombies Chronicles 2 being developed for Vanguard, let's discuss what Treyarch needs to bring and leave behind from Cold War Zombies. The first thing that needs to happen with Vanguard Zombies is that it needs to be on the Vanguard engine. If we have Treyarch developing Zombies inside of Cold War's engine and we're hopping around 98 different menu screens, this is going to be a mess. And not just for the hardcore player, but for the common player who just wants to jump in and play a game, hopping between Modern Warfare and Vanguard and Cold War, that's just insane. That's like 600 gigs of data on your PlayStation 5. Plus, the graphics are going to be so much better than Cold War Zombies, and I think it'll be interesting to see how some of these new gameplay mechanics from Vanguard multiplayer in the campaign will work in the Zombies mode with Treyarch behind the wheel. Now, I know that consumables are never going to come back. I accept that I have lost that battle, and while I think it is unfortunate, it is what it is. You know, I don't like paying money for that stuff anyway, but if they had a free system, that would be ideal. But okay, I'm getting off track. But if there are no longer going to be consumables, I would like there to be better ways to earn rewards in game, meaning that if I complete the Easter egg in 5 times or something like that, I earn a sweet blueprint for my efforts. A flushed out reward system that gives more than just double XP along with the Dark Aether Crystal unlock system is sure to provide a ton of replayability. And speaking of the Aether Crystal RPG system, I would like to see that expanded upon. And Stim, who is a buddy of mine, recently mentioned to me on Discord stating that an armor elemental upgrade system per map, like, you know, fire with Marauder Totem or brain rot armor for D Machina, whatever, that could be an interesting way of adding replayability and having specific features per map. And I think that sounds like a really cool idea. Pair something like that into the Aether Crystal unlocks so that you can use an elemental feature with armor, or the Bowie knife or your fist could add some cool features that are designed for whatever map they want to pair it with. And I think that the 5 tiers for the unlock system is a fine level. Maybe 6 would be good, but I felt like it was so quick to unlock all of the features, and now there just isn't anything left to go for. And since I'm not a game dev, I don't have a list of things that we could go for as far as unlocks go. That's Treyarch's job, but I know fans would like to see it expanded upon. I think it's a good system. I'm sure there are other people who feel the same way. And like I said, if you combine that with a flushed out and fair reward system with actual good rewards other than just stuff that needs to be bought, I could see the interest of players going up even more so. And lastly, I know a lot of people will not agree with me at all about this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The game needs to be more difficult. It just does. It needs to be harder. And fans keep flip-flopping all over the place when it comes to this mode, specifically Cold War Zombies, and it's driving me crazy. First, they said that the Easter eggs were too tedious and difficult during BO4's life cycle, so Treyarch nerfs it to oblivion for Cold War. Now they're too easy and the boss fights are a joke, the community says. Then during Outbreak, we have an easy quest but a super hard boss fight, and everyone complains about how hard the boss fight is. Then Treyarch nerfs the boss fight. Then we get Marauder Totem Toten, and everybody seems pretty good and seems like they're loving the quest and whatnot, but then Valentina's boss fight was just a little bit too hard, so they had to nerf that just a bit. I am just sick of all of the complaining and flipping back and forth. Zombies is supposed to be a little hard. You are supposed to be risking everything to get to that boss fight. That's why it is rewarding. The perfect Zombies experience is a semi-tricky but easily repeatable quest line followed by a boss fight that's difficult and not health-based, but rather stage-based. Think like old school Nintendo games where you had to learn the boss's patterns, moves, and abilities, and then it took multiple playthroughs to beat it. Now I just spam my gun at the boss's weak point and watch the health bar go down like a smooth-brained dummy. There is a reason why Infinite Warfare Zombies had the best boss fights, and there is a reason why people love the Mephistopheles boss fight, which, by the way, I still have not beaten solo. And I love that, and I will one day. I can feel it. I'm so close. Let's move on to Zombies Chronicles 2, and the more and more I think about this map pack, the more I actually think it could come during Vanguard's life cycle. I really didn't think it made a ton of sense at first because it isn't a Treyarch title, and why the heck would they release this epic map pack that fans have been begging for 3 years now with Vanguard? Especially if this new Zombies mode is on the Vanguard engine. I mean, how would they go about releasing it? It was initially supposed to be on Black Ops 4's engine, now we're at Cold War, which is obviously so much different than BO4, and now we're hopping over to another engine with Vanguard. It just doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but the more I think about it, I kind of could see it happening. I could kind of see it happening in 2022. And apparently, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Now, according to Tom Henderson, an article he wrote a couple weeks ago states, Zombies Chronicles 2 is in development, but it might not release this year. Rumors for Zombies Chronicles 2 have been rampant ever since the release of Zombies Chronicles during Black Ops 3 in 2017. However, since that release, there has been no official mention or hints that Zombies Chronicles 2 is in development. Zombies Chronicles contained 8 remastered maps, which included Nocturne Toten, Verrückt, Shinonuma, Kino der Toten, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and Origins. At the time of its release, maps such as Buried, Call of the Dead, and Farm were neglected, leading to a community frenzy with speculation and rumors swirling that a Zombies Chronicles 2 is in development. Year after year, the rumors and hype continued to build, but ultimately, Zombies Chronicles 2 never came. Where is Zombies Chronicles 2? According to sources, Zombies Chronicles 2 has been in development for several years, and the majority of the maps have been completed. This information was presented a couple months ago when a rumor circulated on the internet that the Berlin Zombies map, which we now know is called Mauer der Toten, was going to be the last Zombies map for Black Ops Cold War. I publicly shot down those rumors and I stated one more map is to come out and that Zombies Chronicle 2 map packs were ready to go whenever they are needed. I gotta say, I was part of that rumor mill. I apologize for that. That information still stands today, with Treyarch and Activision not pulling the trigger on Zombies Chronicles 2 until it's needed. Despite the community believing that Black Ops Cold War hasn't done well for Activision, that isn't the case. Unfortunately, this means that Zombies fans might need to wait a little bit longer for the remasters. Vanguard could release Zombies Chronicles 2. This year's annual Call of Duty title, dubbed Call of Duty Vanguard, is to take players back to a setting that our fans know and love, says Activision, with that setting being World War II. It seems that for the first time in a long time, the Call of Duty hype train has slowed down, with fans looking for something a little bit more exciting than a World War II title. The concerns are not only felt by the community either, with several analysts during Activision's Q2 earnings call asking about the future of Call of Duty and how confident they are in this year's annual release. Although Activision was positive about Call of Duty Vanguard and its Warzone integration, it's clear that Activision has several cards up its sleeve to boost player numbers and revenue if they were to fall. Zombies Chronicles 2 is a huge asset for the publisher to have for the Call of Duty franchise, and unfortunately, I think it's going to take Vanguard to release it. And we're going to talk about that a little later in this video, so make sure to stick around. Activision and Sledgehammer Games has its work cut out for it this year with Vanguard, with many fans already dismissing that they won't be buying this year's annual release. Although, despite the murmuring, Vanguard will inevitably sell millions of copies and will almost certainly outsell Halo, Battlefield, and all the others. However, Activision's goal is to not only sell copies, but to keep players engaged and to keep on spending. That's why Zombies Chronicles 2 is likely to release sometime mid-2022. I don't know why I said that so weird. It's also unlikely that Zombies Chronicles 2 will be free to play, as the potential for a big payday would be huge for such a large amount of downloadable content. The main reason behind my speculation is simple. Vanguard isn't going to be a Call of Duty title that people will rave about when it releases. Yes, it will sell millions of copies, but I believe it will be a game that people buy and will not engage with for a long period of time. Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, and even Splitgate all have the potential to be massive games heading into 2022, and Activision knows it. This is not the only information that we have stating that Zombies Chronicles 2 is still in the works. According to leaker Zesty COD News and Leaks, a Twitter conversation he leaked a couple weeks ago states the following. The source says, "Your role was scrapped because Activision couldn't monetize it, and ZZ2 is in the works." Zesty replies, "What What do you mean though? Like, why couldn't they? Also, big W. The source says they couldn't find a way for it to be monetizable for both Cold War and Modern Warfare. Now, I know most of this is old news, but maybe, just maybe, Activision is holding on to Zombies Chronicles 2 during to what they perceive to be a drought period. Perhaps like what Tom is alluding to, all of these other hot video games are going to be hitting digital stores, and Sledgehammer Games isn't the biggest COD dev in the slightest, so maybe, while Treyarch is building Vanguard Zombies up, they will have a secret weapon up their sleeves that is Zombies Chronicles 2. The release of ZC2 would automatically boost the sales of Vanguard, as well as increase the entry price to at least $100, with the standard edition of the game and Chronicles 2 map pack likely around $30. Add the Ultimate Edition to Vanguard into this equation, plus bundles and Zombies exclusive skins, and Activision is going to be getting a lot of your mom's hard-earned money. Not to mention the spotlight would switch back over to Call of Duty from Battlefield 2042, Halo Infinite, and whatever else is popular at the time. This is all just like Tom Henderson was speculating, and I will say I wrote this script before I read that article, so give me a little bit of credit here, people. It would also help to redeem the already tarnished name that Activision has from all of these allegations as of recently. Combine this information with the potential degradation or dissolution of Blizzard, and it looks like Activision is designing a huge comeback. This would restore faith in the gaming community, the gaming employees, and the investors inside of Activision. So I wouldn't put the theory to rest that Zombies Chronicles 2 will never see the light of day, although nothing is for certain. So come 2022, what exactly would be inside of a Zombies Chronicles 2 map pack? Well, I think there are two potential routes for this, no pun intended, and the first being Transit, Farm, Bus Depot, Town, Buried, Die Rise, Call of the Dead, and Mob of the Dead. These would be all of the original maps and would be remade and updated to the modern standard of Call of Duty. But I think what we are more likely to see is something a little different than maybe you would expect, and that is Transit as part of Outbreak exclusively with its own Easter egg quest, making it a reimagining and not solely a remaster. As far as standard survival maps, we would have Farm, Bus Depot, and Town, along with Buried and Die Rise. But I think we could also see some maps from Black Ops 3 come into play. When Zombies Chronicles 1 came out, BO1 and 2 were not that old respectively to Black Ops 3, and compare BO3 to where we are today, and it seems plausible now to have maps from 2015, 2016 updated and modernized to next-gen technology. When also considering how Mob and Call of the Dead were reimagined into Blood and Tag, it means that those reimaginings are even more new and current than maps like Drak or Gorod Krovi. This means potentially that we could see the missing maps from ZC1 remastered for ZC2, put into standard brown-based survival, transit into Outbreak, and maybe something like Shadows of Evil or Drak on next-gen tech inside of the Vanguard engine. I mean, why not? If they have to import all these maps into the new engine for Vanguard anyways, they might as well bring along some fan favorites from BO3 inside of ZC2. It actually makes sense and would justify the price tag that you know would come alongside of a map pack this stature. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I just kind of wanted to shoot the breeze and talk about Zombies Chronicles and Vanguard and kind of what Treyarch needs to bring to the table to make sure that Vanguard Zombies is a success. And if you like this video and are interested in zombies and other FPS content, why not leave a like and sub to the channel? It greatly helps me out and it lets me know if I'm doing a good job or not. Anyways, I genuinely hope you are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in another video. Peace.